Bar Stool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker, mostly sports.
Welcome, presented by Meister.
Cold.
0 degrees. 56. I mean, Cody doesn't seem to be.
Shots.
You're not addressing the problems at all, Cody.
Are you not going to fix it, Cody?
Fix it?
It's fixed. We're live. We're here.
Was that the only measure of success today? That we are in fact live?
Are you sure we're live?
Oh, we got the date.
Ebo's mic's not on.
Yes, it is.
He hasn't said a word.
Welcome to Mostly Sports, presented by Jägermeister. I'm Mark Titus. He's Brandon Walker. Today is Thursday, May 22nd. We are live from Chicago. Cody is on the sticks today.
Yep.
And that could mean anything.
Could mean
anything.
Explosive.
We could be in for it. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, 56 botanicals. If you forget how many degrees Fahrenheit belong in your shot of Jägermeister, just remember the chance of winning that game last night the Pacers had.
Mm-hmm.
Zero.
Pretty much zero. Yeah.
Zero. Pretty much zero.
Yeah.
The win probability for the Indiana Pacers with less than a minute left. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Rounded down, 0. I'll say it. I don't know if Jägermeister authorized me to say it. If you get 0.03 degree,
go ahead and drink it.
You can drink it.
Yeah, I think
you can say you just drink that one.
Yeah,
and say next time please make it 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
I mean, let them know. Hey,
yeah,
it's a little too warm, but I'm gonna go ahead and drink it.
I would say you don't need to send that one back.
No,
but do let them know.
If you get 0.006 or 0.06. Send it back.
Send it back, for sure. Wherever you're at, if you're with friends at the bar, maybe doing all the sports stuff or just the mostly sports stuff or watching your team choke away a game on your home floor to the Indiana Pacers once again, call the shots. Cheers with ice-cold Jägermeister. Remember to check Jägermeister out at Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister liqueur, 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Mass Jägermeister, U.S., White Plains, New York. What do you want to talk about, Brandon?
How about that basketball game, Mark Titus? Now, I don't ask you that question because you're wearing the Indiana Pacers hat and you are an Indiana Pacers fan all of a sudden. I ask you that because that was generally one of the most fun viewing experiences I've had in a long time watching an NBA basketball game.
I think if Halliburton's shot at the end of regulation was for the win, this is going to sound like a lot of ifs, but I don't think it's that many. If his toe wasn't on the line,
right,
and if that was a Game 7,
mm-hmm.
I think it might have been the greatest basketball game of all time.
It was.
It might have been the greatest basketball game because it wasn't just the ending. It was like the start was awesome. Neither team could miss. There was like 6 minutes left in the first quarter or the first half. I mean, and the graphic popped up and they said that all 17 players that had seen the court had scored.
Mm-hmm.
And we were 18 minutes into the game.
They went to overtime.
17 different guys had scored.
They went to overtime. 125.
Could not miss.
It was
incredible.
It was a great exhibition of shot making and everything. And then you thought, okay, well, at some point the Pacers ran out of gas and the Knicks, the home court, carried them.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to be a series because the Pacers gave them a good effort tonight, and Aaron Nesmith happened.
This motherfucker, Aaron Nesmith.
What?
Oh, my God.
This is why the Pacers are so goddamn fun to watch. They got Halliburton, who is great. And they got other guys who are very good. And then all of a sudden, Aaron Nesmith just turns in a playoff all-timer just in 3 minutes?
Aaron Nesmith, your defensive menace. That's his – I mean, he's a great shooter, obviously. It's not like, he's a 20% three-point shooter. And this came out of nowhere, even though no one really saw him hitting that many.
He's top 10 shooter in NBA.
Yeah, he's a great shooter. But, going into this series, I think his role is, annoy Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need out of you, annoy Jalen Brunson. He's your defensive stopper. He just could not fucking miss down the stretch.
He went 8 of 9 in the game. He made 5 in a row. The Pacers made 6 in a row there at the end to cut it close. Halliburton had 1 as well. Just a phenomenal. Every single stat that you get brought out. Every single stat in the play-by-play era. Knicks led by 14 with 2:45 to play in the fourth quarter, and now are in OT versus Pacers. Teams leading playoff games by 14-plus in final 2:45 are 994-0 in the play-by-play era.
By the way, I want all of those stats. Cody, if you could pull all those up, please.
Every single stat?
Every single one. Every single tweet, every single graphic made that says no team has ever, or the Pacers. What was the one that with a minute left and you're down by 7 in a playoff game?
It was like 1,700 or something.
There's only been like 4 teams that have ever won, and the Pacers have done it 3 times these playoffs.
I got one for you.
I want all of them. Every single. And you know what? They don't even have to be accurate. They don't even have to.
I got one.
Just read them to me.
Pacers tonight.
And show them on the screen, please.
23 points in the final 3 minutes and 14 seconds of regulation. That's the most in the final 3 minutes and 14 seconds of a regulation of a playoff game in the play-by-play era since 1997.
Incredible. Pull that one up, Cody. What'd you show? Keep them coming. In NBA history, 2 players have had 20 points, 5 threes in the fourth quarter of a playoff game on the opponent's home court. Both did so for the Pacers at Madison Square Garden in the conference finals on a Wednesday. Reggie Miller in 94 and Aaron Nesmith last night.
Let's not ignore that Reggie Miller was sitting there. He was there. I think we had the best announcer in sports for this thing, Kevin Harlan.
Yeah.
We had everything. Everything was right. And then Tyrese Halliburton, of course, hits the shot and immediately goes to the choke. He did. You can tell in the postgame interview, he's like, yeah, I probably went to that too fast. But they did choke.
It was... people were trying to shit on him for doing it too early.
They did choke.
But, yeah, in the moment. Also...
There it is, Cody. There we
go.
There we go. Good job, Cody.
Also...
Wait, that was never on camera? No. As long as you were doing it?
He was doing the choke for like 30 seconds waiting for Cody to get it on camera.
I think he's waiting for me to choke myself for real.
Cody, choke cam. Choke cam.
The choke plays, like, they didn't really technically choke in the sense of they just were trading 3s for 2s down the stretch. But there were a couple plays where the Knicks were trying to choke and then somehow got away with it. There was the Jalen Brunson. There was
he tried to turn the ball over twice.
They were trying. They were trying to lose.
He basically did the Kihei Clark, but with the bounce pass.
Yeah.
And luckily just nobody was there. The sideline inbound to Josh Hart should have been a turnover. And then why was he passing the ball under the basket in traffic? And then they won.
I don't know.
Those are 3 plays that were legitimate choke plays that only one of them ended up being a choke play, but. Yeah, they were trying to choke.
Well, the free throws too. I mean,
yeah.
Karl-Anthony Towns missing a free throw. Obi.
Fouling. So there's a lot to talk about. We'll talk about the fouling up 3 thing though.
We might spend an hour on this game, and it would be warranted.
I want to bring that topic to the room because the analytics nerds say foul up 3, and we've talked about it before. Like Oklahoma City did it right against Denver, the Denver series. And they fouled up 3, and there's too much time on the clock. And then we talked about that if you're going to do it, there needs to be a little bit of time left. I as a guy who says make these decisions with your balls and not the analytics and all that, it didn't work out for the Knicks. It's I still think it's stupid to foul when there's 15 seconds left, and they were up 3. But the way Aaron Nesmith was shooting the basketball, I don't know. I could be talked into that not being the worst decision.
But they are,
because he could not fucking miss. And I think if you give Aaron Nesmith, if you let him get a shot up and he hits the 3, you're also getting clowned for why the fuck would you let the guy that's just hit 6 threes get a clean look? So he gets the ball and they foul him, and that's part of the reason they lost the game was they extended the game and let the Pacers get back into it.
It's tough.
But
if you're going with your gut and your balls and you're watching a guy cannot miss,
they're scared to death of that happening. Miss. I got it.
He's the one guy that you can't let get a shot off. I don't know. I was torn on that as a basketball guy, analyzing that decision, because everything. If it was any other context, I'd be like, you can't foul up 3 in that spot. There's way too much time.
They extended the game, and here's the worst thing they did was they made it a free throw contest that they lost. If you're prepared to do it, you have to. If you're going to turn into a free throw contest, you got to have guys that are going to make free throws. They went 2 of 4 in free throws in the last 25 seconds.
I'll say this though, Nesmith's a good free. He can shoot the free throw. If this was a case of a guy that was just going off from 3 for some reason that wasn't. It was uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
And we thought maybe if we put him at the line and shake things up, he'll miss.
Yeah.
But when you foul him, you're also just giving him 2 free points because he's not going to miss those free throws. So it probably was stupid. It probably was stupid. But I'm fleshing out the alternative timeline where Aaron Nesmith gets a clean look and hits another 3. Everyone would have lost their fucking minds and been like, this guy just hit 6 threes. How do you let him get another one off?
So that's fine, but the better timeline for them was they foul him. They go up. It's now they have a 1-point lead. They get fouled. OG hits 2 more free throws. He just foul again. And he doesn't. He misses the free throw. Now the Pacers have the ball. They're down 2. A 3 wins it, and all of a sudden, oh, fuck, our strategy. Now we have to really dig in. They don't play defense. He comes down. In key spots last night, both the Halliburton shot in regulation to tie it, and then the Obi Toppin dunk later. What the fuck was their plan on defense? When Halliburton came down, he got through that first line of defense so easy. Looked like he could have had a layup for a second. Changed his mind halfway through and said, no, fuck it. I want a 3 to win it. Doesn't go quite as far back as he needs to. Steps on the line. Hits
a 3, and then he goes.
he does the choke cam. He does that. And then in overtime, I think I don't know how many seconds there were left, but the Pacers were up 1 with maybe 20 seconds left. They inbounds the ball. The Knicks look like they have never guarded basketball in their lives. Obi Toppin gets a dunk, gets fouled. The game should have been over right there.
Yeah.
And they just, for whatever reason, the Knicks both choked on offense with the free throws and on defense. They just lost people at the worst times, the weirdest times. What was the Obi Toppin dunk? Like, what were they doing? It's a little bit after they collapsed on defense. Yeah. But that is a foul.
Bridges fouls him and then hits his teammate in the throat with his other hand. That's just...
Fouls everybody, yeah.
Fouls everybody.
Ric Flair chop to the throat.
Yeah.
What a game, man.
What did you think of their decision to not foul up 2, though? We talking about their decision to not foul up 3.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
I already talked to Che about it.
I unfortunately had this come across my desk, and I wish I hadn't. One of the worst basketball opinions I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I don't.
Who's what? Tell me this,
Stephen Che. You got
to pull that up, Cody.
Go to Che's Twitter.
He should be suspended from watching basketball. Like we should have some sort of.
But this is.
You should be.
Is this the John Calipari though? What was his deal? Was his fouled up too, or he was like I've seen a lot of basketball or played a lot of basketball.
Yeah, he did the same. He did that. Yeah, Cal fouled up too, and then they.
Or intentionally missing free throws.
No,
that's what he did. Yeah. So yeah.
There is like a. I'll give Che the benefit of the doubt, which I shouldn't, because he just means just foul up to. If you were like doing a hack-a-shack, if you have Shaquille O'Neal on the other team and you're up 2, I could sort of see that.
Yeah.
Like foul him, and if he makes 2 free. Basketball purists, here's what Che tweeted last night. Basketball purists will hate this, but up by 2 with 10+ seconds left, I foul immediately. I'll give them 2 free throws. Can't risk losing the game with a 3. Take the foul and get time to get a game when you shot yourself.
One of the worst tweets ever tweeted.
I'll take it one step further. If they tie the game, I'm fouling immediately again because I want the ball. I'm not letting them take the last shot.
Again, I'm going to go a step. Can I go a step further?
Go a step further.
I'm fouling the 3-point shooter because I want to fall down by 1 because I want my team desperate.
Yeah. You want your team playing for the win, not
That's
for
right.
overtime.
I don't want to risk overtime. One of the worst tweets ever sent on that platform.
But Brandon,
the only way it makes sense is if the other team has a guy that's like a 40% free throw shooter, then that could be a strategy.
Yeah.
That could be something you.
But he's not in the game.
But he's not. Yeah, he's not talking about that. He's talking about fouling like Halliburton or Neesmith or something.
I think you're missing a very key part of the tweet where he says, "Basketball purists, you will hate this."
Oh, that's right.
So you might hate it, but
disarming you from.
Yes,
so
exactly.
if you hate it, he says, "See, I knew you'd do this."
Yeah, he's already won the argument.
This is classic you, by the way.
I knew you'd do this. I knew you'd do this. You just couldn't resist, could you?
Can I say something about Tyrese Halliburton? I think he might be my favorite player in basketball.
He's incredible.
He's likable.
He's incredible.
He's not only clutch. Gonna talk about this in a minute.
Okay.
He's not only clutch.
Brandon, I can't help but notice you didn't write anything down.
That pen doesn't work at all.
That pen just didn't have any ink in it at all.
That pen doesn't work at all. I just have the outline of what I wrote.
You carved that into your
I did. I carved it.
There is no ink on your.
So,
all right. Anyway, go ahead.
Tyrese Halliburton is great. Not only does he does he make plays down the stretch. Neesmith made the 5. Neesmith went nuclear, but Halliburton had a 3 in there too, and then he had the one at the end. You gotta like the balls on a guy who gets to the lane like he did. Says fuck it. You only live once. Retreats to the 3-point line. I'm like, what is he doing in the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Gets the greatest bounce of all time.
Crazy.
Does the choke. Comes back. Plays well in overtime. He has an assist. He has a couple of buckets, I think. And then at the end, he's like, yeah, maybe the choke. Yeah.
Maybe I burned my celebration.
maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Walk me through your real time thoughts and feelings on basically on the choke on the.
So
I'll show you here for.
So I thought, God damn it, incredible moment, incredible basketball.
You got some, Cody? Cody, sorry
This is more.
if us doing a show is getting in the way of watching videos on Instagram, just let us know. We'll stop.
You want to? We can take a break.
I was pulling up the tweet. Sorry.
So I saw the choke, and I'm like, then he thought it was a 3 at the moment, right?
Yeah.
He thought it was a 3, thought the game was over, so he let it go, and I thought, God damn it, the internet's going to ruin this.
Yeah.
Like, God, if they lose this game, it's going to be just a joke, and then
But you thought it was a 3 too. Surely.
I thought it was
surely all
everybody
of us,
thought it was
everybody
a 3.
watching
in the moment,
thought it was a 3,
yeah.
right,
And then
right,
there was
right.
a second where, can we just talk a little bit briefly show business? Ebo discovered FaceTime last night.
Well, no, it was the craziest moment ever, and I FaceTimed the group chat last night trying to get like instant reactions. It was screen recording. I was like, holy shit. I wanted everyone to hop in and be like,
Mark
holy
said
shit,
he
holy
did
shit.
one. I did one.
I think everybody jumped in, but at different times.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'll be honest, old man. I didn't know you could group FaceTime.
I was trying to do like a
So,
live podcast.
All of a sudden, my phone
You were
goes.
screen recording?
Yeah, it was screen recording. Trying to get like a live, quick podcast in the group chat because it was so crazy.
Who showed up first?
Brandon was the first one to show
And
up.
then he.
I answered immediately.
I think it.
You might have had
just doesn't- it
you might have
just,
had
like,
do not disturb on, so you
Yeah.
didn't see it, but I rang. I rang everybody again.
Waves maybe.
and Connor
something.
never answered.
Connor didn't answer.
Because I thought the exact.
TJ didn't
I thought I was the first,
Fuck
and then
no.
like no one was answering.
You ain't doing that shit, Connor.
No.
And then
I'm
I come
not
in,
a group
and Brandon's like, I answered, and no one
This
else
is
was
literally
on.
a group FaceTime, but in person.
No, I don't like the group FaceTime. If I ever get an alert in a group chat, hey guys, join my FaceTime. Fuck you. I'm not
Okay,
doing that.
yeah.
But I love you.
well,
Content is
you're
king,
better than
dude.
me and Mark.
I don't like that. I just don't like that.
Cody popped in for literally half a millisecond, and he said the only reason he jumped in
Somebody
was
gotta
because
do
he
it.
accidentally clicked join, and the only way to leave was to join.
Exactly. You get caught in a trap in those group FaceTimes.
It's not a trap. It's celebrating a moment with your boys.
Right.
I also
That's not a trap.
We weren't together at a bar watching this, so Ebo was bringing us
But
together.
I did answer it, and I just go, holy shit to Ebo. And then they showed the replay, and his foot was on the line, and we were just like, oh, holy shit, though. Holy
yeah,
shit.
still holy shit.
And then I was like, all right, I'm going to go watch overtime now, Ebo. See you, man. We hung up, and that was it. That was like a 30-second conversation.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Here's my other thing. This is what I carved into my paper. There we go. Mr. Clutch, Jalen Brunson, was fucking awful down the stretch. He was really bad. To which I asked the question. I have a great deal of respect for him. I think he is great. He has resurrected the Knicks. He is a fantastic player, and he has deserved Mr. Clutch to this point. If he were to have 2 or 3 performances like that, could we take the nickname back?
Does he got to?
Do we give it to Halliburton? Because
He's got to give it up.
I'm just
Halliburton.
saying he had multiple missed shots. He was so interested. He was way too interested in drawing fouls at the end. He gets in that trap sometimes. The 3 he shot at the end of overtime, you see him shoot it, and then he's trying to find the body of the Pacers guy to flop.
Brandon,
And the Pacers guy is not close to him.
was it in overtime or regulation? It all blends together. But the double team at half court where he just fell down, no one touched him.
Yeah, that was 54 seconds left in overtime.
Yeah, no one touched him.
Yeah.
he just falls down.
this was a
He
great,
takes his hand. He takes Newsom's hand and hits himself.
Yeah,
And like
and
it's
then throws
just
his head back.
it's just play. He's such a much better basketball player than that shit right there.
I think
But the refs are to blame. They're the ones that fall for the shit.
I think the head snapback.
Yeah.
If I was a ref, I would toss the guy immediately if I saw one head.
Trying to make me look
The
bad.
head snapback is my number one pet peeve in basketball. I think
Not
I
the
think-
fall down.
Not the fall down. Not that I honestly think that guards snapping their head back, because fall downs are something that theoretically happens naturally.
Yeah.
You can get pushed over. You can trip. You can these things happen. There is no scenario where like a guy reaching in as you're dribbling
For the ball.
for the ball and hits you like across your torso.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the example I'm using, but it happens all the time where guys like reach or something to steal a basketball and they hit you in the torso and you throw your head back.
Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense.
And the two
Drives me crazy.
The two worst
Immediate
offenders-
ejection. If I was a ref, immediate that is worse than a gun celebration.
The two worst offenders are Jalen Brunson and SGA. And
I hate the
they're-
head
they're
snapback
still going.
so much. We got to get it out.
Brunson's just so good. I just hate the foul baiting. And you're right. He didn't get touched. Well, the refs. Let's be fair to the Knicks here. the refs blew a lot of calls in overtime. Most of them went against the Pacers, I thought. The foul against Obi Toppin, and then the out of bounds
Can I
against
say what you're
Brunson,
gonna
which
say?
they did correct. Yeah.
Can I say, because I'm the Pacers guy, so I want to.
Yeah.
I want to.
Oh, you
want
wanna
to be
do it?
fair?
This
I
is
wanna be
as a
fair.
Pacers fan?
This is as a Pacers fan. I want to be fair.
Sure.
Because I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
I do think it was goaltending.
That was goaltending.
It was goaltending. And you know what I'm going to do as a Pacers fan? I'm gonna personally award the New York Knicks 2 points for that play.
Wow. So
Give them 2 points.
really?
Give
So
them-
now instead of
I think on behalf of
so now they're up 6 and the ball stops and they don't get the 3 down in the next possession. So now who knows what happens?
on behalf of Pacers fans everywhere, I think we award them 2 points to the end of the game. The score at the end of the game.
Oh, you don't
2
want to
points.
go back and replay from
We
from
can't
where,
replay. We just don't have the technology. to
Okay,
do that.
all right.
We don't have the logistics or too much. But what we can do is just add the 2 points to the final.
That wasn't even a hard call. I don't understand how NBA refs miss. You know, NBA basketball players go very fast. They're very big. They move at the like lightning. You're gonna miss some things.
Yeah.
Sure. How are you gonna miss a ball going off the backboard and getting blocked? I don't understand. You're a professional ref. How you're missing that in the final minute of a playoff game? Final 2 minutes of a playoff game.
They stopped the game after that
For the
for the
next
3-pointer,
Yeah.
which was clearly behind the line. I was like, well, why'd you stop it there as opposed to stopping it if you were going to be safe and check buckets and make sure the scores? Why didn't you stop it when there was almost a goaltend, which, as we saw in the replay, was clearly a goaltend?
Yeah, I don't see a world where that's just not. What play do you think
Hold
that
on.
is?
The play,
Hold on,
Cody.
hold
Cody,
on.
hold up.
What,
What
Cody? What play
what
do
were you
you
trying to show us there?
I was just showing the ref the calls.
right? But
Yeah, but
we've talked about multiple plays here, and you didn't show us any of those.
we were more interested in like specific calls,
Like
not
the
just,
goaltend.
any general call.
What's the controversy around that play?
So if we were talking about like a game-winning kick, you would just go back and show us any kick.
Any.
Well, it's under the same umbrella.
All right.
Maybe the goaltend. Maybe we could give it a shot at the goaltend.
Just the goaltend.
Just-
and if you can find
I got $10 says he brings up a hockey player.
if you can find that play with Spanish audio, that would also be helpful.
The Korean broadcast.
Or the
as
Korean
well,
broadcast,
yeah.
the Korean broadcast.
The Korean
I would
and
like
Spanish
to know,
spliced together.
I would like to know if they spotted the goaltend like a lot of us did in real time. So you just go ahead and play that whenever you're ready.
do a little choke cam for him, Mark.
Yeah, I mean Halliburton. The second he did it, I was like, "That's the coolest motherfucking thing ever." I wasn't sure who he was pointing at. Was it Shalom?
Who was he pointing
was
at?
it Reggie?
I don't think it's been pointed out.
I think it has to be.
Was Reggie? I think Reggie was on that side, wasn't he?
My gut says it almost always has to be Spike Lee because that's who Reggie pointed at.
Yeah.
But I don't remember where Spike Lee was sitting last night, and I don't think he was sitting. I didn't remember at the time. I didn't think at the time he was pointing at Spike Lee. Maybe Reggie.
Reggie would make a lot of sense, right? Like that one's that.
That's for
like,
you,
hey,
Reg.
Hey, you,
Yeah,
Reggie.
yeah.
Remember when you did it?
It is remarkable.
Um,
the Pacers and Knicks when they get together in the playoffs.
Every time.
It's
Always
just
deliver.
last year was great. This year's going to be great. Listen,
But-
the Knicks blew a big opportunity last night. But this is going at least 6 or 7. This is
Yeah.
going a long way. Yes.
I'm gonna say something real dumb here,
Okay. Good.
and you guys are used to that, so you don't need the warning. But the viewers might need that warning.
Okay.
What if Adam Silver did the right thing here, used his commissioner exemption, and just said, "Series is over. You get one good. That was the greatest basketball
was a
game ever
banger.
played. It's over. The Pacers advance to the finals. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Wow. So
Would he be the best commissioner in
Hold on.
sports?
Let me think about it.
So the Pacers hit their finisher last night. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
Let me think about it.
If you have a 16-point comeback in the last 2:45, you've finished them.
Yeah.
I think I like that idea. I think I like
And this
that.
is as
That's a
you're-
good idea.
This is as a hoop head,
A hoop head, yeah.
and as a
Yeah.
Colts fan.
Yeah. No, you're right. As excited as Indiana is for winning last night, you are also like, oh fuck, we got to beat them 3 more times.
Yeah.
We still have to beat them 3 more times.
And they're gonna have
that did feel like an NCAA tournament situation where you're just like, holy shit, we move on now, right?
the Knicks are gonna
my God,
pop
we're going to
back
the
too.
finals.
They're gonna snap
Yeah.
back pretty good.
There should be like some nerd should invent like a March Madness index for NBA playoffs. If a game feels like a March Madness classic, like a 10 out of 10, the series is over. We
The
end
Pacers,
it right
though,
there.
of all the teams left, the Pacers have looked. They've only lost one game the first series. Only lost one game last series.
Somebody pointed out to
And
me
they're-
last night that
Well-
the Pacers, that pace they played, especially at the end last night, with the 125 game, and then the end was being such a flurry. the Knicks are not used to playing this pace. The Pacers play these games all the fucking time. They've been playing it for 82 games and then the playoffs. They play these high-scoring, lightning games all the time. Maybe the Knicks have a low gas tank already on this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
Could I add on to your point a little bit about Jalen Brunson and why he looked bad down the stretch a little bit? Because if you look at it, like, he still did make the shots that he has made as Mr. Clutch. Like, he made the 3 late to put him up by 14 at that 2:45 mark. He made the 2.
I don't think that's clutch at that point.
No, but I'm saying
they're up 11.
He made the 2 to
Okay.
then put him up by 9 within the final minute. Like, he was still making the shots he's made.
I think
all
he
his
made one in
postseason
overtime
run.
as well, yeah.
Had made one in overtime, would have had another one if not for the goaltend. Like, he was still making the shots he's made all postseason, but this was the first time there was a team on the opposite end that made him feel at least a little bit uncomfortable in other possessions, and that's why we're looking at it. Well, he wasn't that clutch because he almost had 2 terrible turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, that's it's also like
he was not in rhythm.
It's
late
a
in the
vibes
game.
thing too. That like you're watching the other team come back. You want to have a guy on your team that you can give the ball to and calm everything down and say, "I got this." And whether it's like him scoring or not, it's just like a general. I'm the point guard. Give me the ball. I know they're throwing pressure at us, but I'll make the right decisions.
Yeah.
We'll get the ball where it needs to be. Everybody relax. And he would. I think for me, it was less like individual plays were bad, and it was more just like a general sense of like this is snowballing, and there's nobody on the Knicks stepping up and saying, "I got this. Everybody relax."
And
it should have been Brunson, and he just kind of wasn't. He was erratic with the ball. He was missing airballing shots in overtime.
But the shots that he did make in other series would have been daggers. Teams would have rolled over.
Yeah,
the Pacers,
but not these Pacers, man.
The
Not the heart that these Pacers have.
cardiac Pacers.
I guess, Mark, I got to ask you something. Do you have anything to say to Mr. Bing Bong?
I mean, what can you say after Mr. Bing Bong said he loves the Pacers team?
Yeah.
After he said. Also, this is just. I mean, I kind of said it yesterday. This is what the Pacers do when they play the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets enamored with like, oh my God, we're getting Pacers Knicks in the playoffs. Anything can happen. Not really. There's one thing that's going to happen. The Knicks are going to choke, and the Pacers are going to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. That's how this script goes. That's how it's gone for well on 30 years now. That's like, I mean, like, yeah, part of you is, you know, you want to what the fuck is this?
I didn't see that one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had Quiggs deepfake you on Ryan.
Oh my God. Part of you wants to, you know, dance on Mr. Bing Bong's grave, but one, the job's not finished. Two, this isn't anything new. This is what happens. This is what the basketball gods foretold. This is what the legend foretold.
I think you're being humble. I think you're about to stuff Mr. Bing Bong in a locker, and he is going to be forced to go home crying into the bosom of his supermodel wife.
Yeah.
and it's. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine being such a loser, having to go home?
He probably did.
He
probably did just cry, right? And she consoled him.
Into his
right there.
And his probably $100 million, you know, his multi-million-dollar home.
Yeah. Which
into a supermodel wife's arms.
Which $100,000 plus car do you think he
was crying in?
Drove around last night to blow off some steam.
What a loser, man. God. And he's stuck in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had to ride around in the sunshine, probably with the top down.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
Remember when he buried all those coins under the house and couldn't find them?
Ebo.
Ebo, you said a second ago, can I say something dumb?
Yeah, can I say my other dumb thing? Is that what you want me to do?
Well, you let me preface it by the way you prefaced it last night. You said this may sound super dumb.
Yeah. I like
and
super
it proceeded to sound super dumb.
Okay.
You saw it, right?
Super dumb. Yeah.
I think you're
looking at it now.
I think you're half right. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm looking at it now.
I think Andrew Nemhard looks more like he should be named Aaron Neesmith, and Aaron Neesmith looks more like he should be named Andrew Nemhard.
Doesn't make a lick of sense.
Nope, not
even a little bit.
I don't know what that
not a lick.
I don't know.
Can I say, because I think Andrew Nemhard and Aaron Neesmith are way too.
I think they should change names.
They're way too similar names.
Similar
they're
names.
Andrew and Aaron are not dissimilar.
I know. I just
they're
think
basically
they should swap.
They're basically synonyms of each other.
They should Yankee swap names.
It's Nemhard and Neesmith. Those are probably in the same spectrum as far as
Yeah.
how much they're used. And Aaron and Andrew are close.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Nemhard. I'm thinking buff as hell.
Oh, because of hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
And his
Yeah.
And his Neesmith. So what is it about Andrew Nemhard that makes him a Neesmith?
He's like skinny. I just think that Nemhard is like a more buff guy name.
You brought a lot of dumb observations.
Yes.
To the show.
Yeah. This might be
number one.
This is Mona Lisa right here.
Yeah.
This is number one for you.
They should trade names going forward.
Again, you're not. There's not enough disparity in the names to. There's
enough.
They're
There's
very
enough.
similar names.
There's enough. They're similar, but there's enough.
Question for the room. It's that doesn't make any sense. But I have a question for the room about the about the you remember the Tyrese Halliburton choke gesture?
Right. Yeah.
Now, so the game goes to overtime.
Yeah.
We find out that his toe was on the line, and he admitted as much. He's like, I thought I won it. Fuck.
Yeah.
Probably pulled the trigger on that a little too early. And then I assume you're like me, Brandon, where you're like, oh no, they have to win now.
Yeah.
They can't lose this game.
I just didn't
like
want
Tyrese Halliburton can't lose this game after doing the choke.
I didn't want to see the internet if they lost that.
But let me ask you this: now that the Pacers did come back, they completed the comeback, they won the game. Do the Pacers have to win the series for the choke to endure as like a quote unquote moment?
No.
The choke sign, the comeback.
We
all
have
that.
precedence.
So
The Knicks won the Reggie Miller choke series.
that's a good point.
The
fair point.
The Reggie Miller choke series
fair point.
that he did 30 years ago, and it still resonates today. The Knicks won that series. That was I believe, is that 94 or 99? I can't remember. The Knicks won both those series. But yeah. So no, I don't think so, because to me that what did it look like? Okay, all right. That thing he did last night was not about, oh, we're winning the series. It was about, you just blew a 16-point lead in 3 minutes. You guys choked. In the moment, they did choke. Maybe they reverse it. Maybe they fix it. Maybe they win the series. That's great. They absolutely choked in game one.
Yeah.
That's a game one image. I don't think – now –
That's not a series image.
If
people are going to throw it in his face, like if the Knicks win the series,
will, but
there will
people
be
are
Knicks
stupid.
fans that are tweeting the.
But if the Pacers win the series, maybe that does become a series image. But I just I don't know. To me, that's a game image inside the series, and it's not going to be the overall series image. And plus, with these two teams and 6 more games, who the fuck knows what we're about to see?
Who the fuck knows, man?
It's going to be. I think this is. I just think this is. They were the best series last year. They're going to be the best series this year. These two teams just have magic together.
As first reported by Jerry O'Connor, or maybe it was Mr. Bong. I can't remember which one it was on the show yesterday. We don't know what's going to happen.
We really don't.
We don't have any idea.
No.
I have a counter question to your Tyrese Halliburton choke question.
Is a counter question just a question?
It's in a way I'm twisting his question
Uh-huh.
to produce a different result.
Okay.
Knowing how the game played out, would you rather have had the overtime period where the Tyrese Halliburton shot was a 2 and you get an awesome overtime, or would you have rather had that be a 3-pointer at the end of regulation and you could go out on that like epic, oh my God.
This is actually a
game
great
winner?
question because
if that Tyrese Halliburton 3 is a game winner,
it's an all-time shot.
that's an all-time playoff shot. I mean, it still is, but it doesn't get remembered
You
as
look
such.
confused. I'm okay with the question.
I'm not okay. The way I understand it, you're
Pacers win the
asking,
game regardless.
Would I rather have overtime play out or have that go be for the win?
Yes.
That's a terrible question. You'd rather have it be for the win. That was iconic. That
Okay.
would've been
No.
But it was a
That would've
great
been-
game.
Hold on.
That
Let me
would've
step in. Let me step in.
Even knowing that the Pacers are going to win in overtime, like that being the lasting image from the game, of course that's the better option.
Translate for him.
Am I missing something? That was
But overtime was awesome too.
I think what I see what he's saying. I see what he's saying. The easy answer, or the answer is, you definitely want that to be a 3 because that goes in the all-time bank forever and everything.
anytime.
But it probably does anyway.
Anytime the bench clears to mob the guy,
Yeah.
you want that to be game over.
Yeah,
You don't want the bench to have to calm down and go back to a bench, and like it doesn't kill the moment because obviously it was still an awesome moment, but that makes the moment way better when it's like that's it. That the game's just like, are you kidding me? That's the
Connor's
last
point.
image. They go like this, and he's going like this, and then they cut to the Chuck and Ernie and Kenny and Draymond and Shaq and who else did they have on this?
To Connor's point, Overtime was awesome, and you got the Obi Toppin dunk. You got a couple of
Yeah.
other things in there. Like you got some things in overtime that can go in the bank too.
Nembhard, 7 points in overtime. He was
Yeah,
clutch.
no, it was good. Yeah,
And Obi
yeah.
Toppin getting the big buckets against his former team was great. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think the game as a whole was better because of the overtime, but you missed
there
out
was,
on that
like-
moment getting its full shine.
That's a better way to put it. I think as an all-time classic game, maybe the overtime helped a lot because the overtime until the last minute was back and forth,
Yeah.
back and forth,
and it didn't come down to free throws.
It was a solid.
Yeah.
It was a solid 4.5
Yeah.
minutes of basketball. But again, if you have a chance to have an all-time,
That was a kill
three
shot.
Like
that was that was the kill shot, and that's why he.
Well, and then
like,
let's
did
ask
the
about that though.
celebration, so.
The way he made it, like
Yeah.
there's something different about hitting the back iron, the high bounce, and we all wait because we saw it hit off the back iron. Like fuck, he missed.
Can I see
that thing went straight up?
Cody, pull the shot up.
And when it falls
I
in,
want to watch the Pacers bench.
I mean
Just
this goes
bracing as it's in the air.
this goes up there with the Kawhi shot, right?
Oh yeah.
Against the Sixers. This is amazing. He gets to the dots,
Insane.
says fuck it.
Who's the guy that's? Who's the guy?
The get back guy, the white guy?
That's in the corner. He comes
Oh.
onto the court. No, the black. He's on the court right now in the corner. That's he's the funniest one.
The ball literally leaves the frame at one point.
yeah.
That's like the
What a
highest
shot.
bouncing.
That's one of the greatest basketball games I've ever seen.
I love going back when a shot like that happens and you
basketball
got a shot of the bench. I love going back and watching. I watch the replay. I watch one guy. I rewind it. Watch another guy. I like to watch every single guy and how they react. I haven't done that with this one yet.
Did you see the girl in the background of the choke picture that's celebrating?
No.
There's one of the, if you can pull up that picture of him of doing the choke. There's a girl in the background in a Knicks jacket, literally with her hands up celebrating. Well, her,
Why? Because why?
I don't know. People like, what game was she watching?
She had
Does she just make a good sandwich? I just went.
I'm sending it to
I mean,
Cody
that
now.
was
Yeah, I just went full on.
Should I DM this to TJ?
cannonballed in there, huh?
Just
He just said fuck it.
not even gonna.
At the
Doesn't
I'm
end
gonna
of,
get.
have to-
I'm gonna get everybody wet.
Doesn't even have to make sense.
this is.
She just made a good. Is that what she did? Did she go to the kitchen, make a good sandwich?
Just gonna.
Did she make it online?
Is that what she? What was the sandwich online?
Cody,
Cody?
whenever you're ready.
It's not working.
Oh no.
That's all right.
Cody, whenever you're ready.
We don't really need things to work here.
We can filibuster.
Cody, pull up
Cody.
any video.
Go to Ramp Capital LLC and scroll down. It's their third tweet.
Pull up any video.
As Cody's working on that. Well, but I was gonna do an ad read to
Go ahead.
help you out, but then
Go ahead.
you also have to pull stuff up for that, right?
Yep, I'm ready.
Oh.
As Cody works on that, I will talk to the people about Game Time. The NBA playoffs are here, and the only place to buy hard-to-get playoff tickets is Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA playoff tickets. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to tip-off. You can save up to 60% when buying last-minute tickets. What are you waiting for? Look for Knicks Pacers tickets. What do you think? The Knicks fans, you think their attitude is, we got to show up for game 2. We got to will these boys to a W because it's a much needed win in game 2, or do you think after last night they're just like, man, my heart's not in it now?
I think.
Not that they're giving up on the series, but do you think they're more or less excited to go?
I think
game
there's
two, to bring the energy for game 2.
They're still going to be there en masse, but there's a little bit of hitch in their giddy up. I think there's a little bit of.
I think I might agree with that.
The pep in their step is not as peppy.
I think you might be right. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA playoff tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code MOSTLY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code MOSTLY, MOSTLY, for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game Time. Did you see Chalamet getting in the mix?
Try to tee up
Halliburton?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I like that. Chalamet is he seems like a real fan. I mean, he seems like a legitimate.
All right.
He was a Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Speaking of real fans, we need to get on board with the bandwagon. I believe it started by other people, but they were doing it on inside the NBA last night or whatever the show was. We got to get Mr. Halliburton back in the building, right?
Yeah.
It's
time.
It's time
now.
we got to get Mr. Halliburton. You know, he did what he did. It wasn't right. Shouldn't have done it. So he sat out for a little bit. Let's get him back in the building. Let's get Mr. Halliburton back. It's his son. I mean, Mr. Halliburton last night after that shot, Him also doing the choke sign would have been great.
Would have been awesome.
So, and you robbed us of that, NBA or whoever did. I guess it was the Pacers. That
Yeah,
did
it was.
But
the Pacers made the decision.
Pacers were the ones who made.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get him back in the building.
yeah, let's get Mr.
We'll get him
Halliburton
back in the building. Let's get him back in the building. Let's do the right
Cody,
thing.
can you get Mr. Halliburton back?
Let's
in
do the
building?
right thing and get him back in the building.
Yeah, get
I
him
did
back.
pull up a video.
Uh-oh.
Of what?
Is it relevant? Or is it just
Uh,
a video?
Not really.
Okay.
Do you want me to play it?
Yeah.
Cody, I was just joking when I said pull up any video.
I can scrap it.
No, go ahead and play.
No,
it.
we're here
Go ahead and
now.
play it.
Just
All
go
right.
ahead and play
Let's see
it.
what happens.
The code is just a mindset. I'm gonna go to
What
McDonald's.
what are you doing? What are you doing,
That's
Cody?
secured. I always get 2 sauces.
Good video, Cody.
No egg on that. And then I get 2 hash browns every single time that Penn State is playing. This has
from
to be my meal.
2020.
Ideally, I would actually make it with sausage that I buy from the store and cheese that I buy from the store and hash browns. I don't even know how you make hash browns. I learned how to make pasta 2 weeks ago. I'm a child, so I go to McDonald's. Now that is a meal. Take that, Travis Scott.
Oh,
That's all
the
I'm saying.
copyrighted music here is we can stop it. Anyway, that's that. It's 2020, COVID. Not much content to make.
There was nothing but content. to
What?
make.
That was
That was only like 5 years ago.
When did you hook up with Barstool?
that
Were you at Barstool yet?
that was Penn State Barstool when I was in college. Yeah.
Oh, you're running PSU Barstool.
Yeah,
or whatever?
but then Barstool HQ was 2021 when I started working remote, and then 2022 after I graduated, I came to New York.
Mhm.
You don't know how hash browns are made?
No, I've never made a hash brown. I just get them from McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. They're just pre-made patties that you buy and then you just put them.
No, but they don't hit like McDonald's. So
They really don't. You see them in the store, you see them in the freezer section, and they look like them, and then you take them home, and they just don't do it.
gotta go.
And
to
there's
McDonald's.
nothing you can do.
Yeah. That was a part of a longer video. That was
The McDonald's hash brown is perfect.
It's the perfect food.
It's the perfect
Every time.
potato.
It's so good.
I don't think there's beating the potatoes at McDonald's.
They really know what they're doing with the potato. They know what they're doing with the potato.
Just the size of the cut of the fry.
We have an NBA MVP. All of our conspiracy theories were wrong yesterday.
Mhm.
It was just SGA.
Not all of ours. I mean, there was one person that was throwing them out there more than anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Connor,
I don't know.
no. I didn't say a word.
Debo.
I said Russillo's MVP.
Mm.
If you go to the
you only acknowge Russillo's.
yeah. I only acknowledge the Ryan Russillo.
That is
MVP.
true. You didn't. Yeah, you said
I said he might not win because Russillo.
Russillo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
But they also didn't release the votes yesterday. I don't
Yeah, they
think.
did. Yeah, they did. Did you see the voting?
No, I did not see the exact voting.
The voting.
That's what I was looking for.
The voting to me is fascinating. So SGA 100 votes. SGA got 71 first place votes. Yeah. So watch it. Zoom in up on the top left. So it's Shea gets 71 first place votes, 29, and then it reverses for second place, 29 and 71. They got every single first and second place vote.
Wow.
And then it
There
is
you go.
very clear.
Good zoom in, Cody.
There,
Cody, you have to open it in a new tab and then zoom in on that.
there's a very clear delineation of what all the voters thought about
All
everybody.
right,
'Cause
here's
I can just say it. You got Giannis at third. He gets 88 of the third place votes. Then 84 of the fourth place votes to Jason Tatum. And then 60, I think, of the fifth place votes are for Donovan Mitchell. Like, every voter was in lockstep almost.
Everybody was in lockstep except the top, and even then, the top two was
Yeah.
the same. Yeah, no one.
They got every
Has to
single
be,
first and
yeah.
second place vote.
Why did I saw the graphic yesterday that they were going to announce the MVP, and they said the finalists were Giannis, Jokic, and SGA. Why include Giannis as the finalist?
Yeah, I
You
don't.
should have to get at least one first place vote to.
Maybe they think they always.
Not that
do
it matters,
these.
but like when I saw the graphic, I was like, oh, maybe did Giannis get like 10 votes for MVP or so? I didn't realize he was in the running really, and then it turns out he wasn't. He got 0 first or second place votes.
Is this NBA? Do they do it with NBA writers, or is it NBA writers, former players, and all that stuff?
I'm
how
not
do they
sure
do
what
it?
the collection is.
Okay.
I assume it's mostly beat reporters and writers. I don't
Yeah.
think the
I got it.
Got what? We've moved. We've moved. Wait, you barely zoomed in. That was it? That was what you had?
Control Shift Plus, Cody.
Good shit, Cody. Good shit.
Sports writers
remember-
and broadcasters.
Do you remember 2 years ago or 3 years ago, someone accidentally put Derrick Rose, or maybe intentionally put Derrick Rose on their MVP ballot?
Because they were trying to do.
Almost certainly intentionally.
Yeah,
Oh,
they like Derrick Rose was on the vote getting sheet for the MVP award.
Did they click on the wrong name?
I don't know.
Were they doing that? Was it like Alabama A&M getting a first place vote in the AP poll, you know? And you're like, how'd that happen? And then some guy's like, that was me. I did it.
They were right by Alabama. My bad.
Yeah, I clicked the wrong team. I don't know.
You're fine with SGA?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean, it's a league that just it's a league that you can't win as many MVPs as you ought to win. And
yeah, what can you do about it? And also, we've talked about it before. I don't think it matters. Of course, it matters. SGA, it's a huge accomplishment, and he should be proud and all that. And Oklahoma City fans should be excited. Yada yada. It doesn't matter in the streets. It doesn't matter in basketball. It doesn't in conversations. It doesn't. If you're someone that believes Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world, the NBA's writers voting isn't going to change your opinion. So it doesn't like the way the history books will look back on this stuff with the people that talk about, you know, when you're in a barbershop in 20 years and you're talking about this era of basketball.
Yeah.
If you do believe SGA is the best player, if Jokic wins it, that's not going to change it, you know? It doesn't really – it's not like anybody today was like, you know, I thought Jokic was the guy, but now I have to step back and admit maybe I was wrong. No one's going to do that.
But it is
Who
also
cares?
it is crazy going back to what we talk about, what we've been talking about like the past week with the Thunder, how they've only been around since 2008. They've had 3 different MVPs since then, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
And they've been through all these different iterations of the team and everything. It's
Durant, Harden,
Westbrook.
Durant, Westbrook. Yeah.
Westbrook.
And
Harden,
if you wanted
was
to
with the
include
Rockets,
Harden,
yeah.
but yeah.
My point is like when you look back on the 90s and someone's like, yeah, I mean, that was the era of Michael Jordan. I mean, it was awesome in the 90s because like that was just Michael Jordan dominating the NBA. No one's going to be like, yeah, but what about Karl Malone?
Right.
Because he won an MVP too. They're just going to be like,
No.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut that. You're so fucking annoying. Shut up, dude. That's what they'll probably say.
Did you see that?
Shut up, dude.
Someone put out a stat that the Thunder had the highest net rating for a team when their MVP is off the court ever.
The highest
net
rating when the MVP is off the court.
Yeah, so
I'll tell you something.
You're saying
that tells you
he's
the
a system player.
The team is already
team is
awesome,
good,
and
yeah.
he improved them. It was like their net rating was like +9 when he was off the court, but Jokic was like a +25 last year as MVP.
Yeah.
The swing, so
Yeah. But
Hot days, humid nights, nonstop plans, all that heat can increase hair shedding, while a packed schedule can add stress, which can impact your hair. Nutrafol's whole body approach and clinically tested formulas support your hair from within, so you can focus on living your best life all summer long. You may have heard of Nutrafol's hair growth supplements and wondered, do they actually work? It's a fair question. Many hair supplements overpromise and underdeliver, but Nutrafol is different. As the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand, it is trusted by over 1.5 million people and is clinically tested to deliver real results in just 3 to 6 months. Start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code MOSTLY. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code MOSTLY. Again, Nutrafol.com, promo code MOSTLY.
according to Mike Bioe
Yeah, bad name.
at InPredict on Twitter, of the 10 most improbable comebacks of the playoffs in the play-by-play era, the 2025 Indiana Pacers have 3 of them. Since 1997, the 10 most, whatever his algorithm, maybe it's not even his algorithm, maybe he's just the one who found it. The algorithm that says the probabilities of this shit. I think I'm describing.
you're nailing it.
The 10 most improbable comebacks in playoff history. This year's Pacers on this playoff run have 3 of the 10 most improbable comebacks.
So this one last night ranks number 4 since 1997 on actually since 2012. 2011. Number 4 behind 2 comebacks in 2012. One by the one by the Bulls over the Nets, one by the Spurs over the Warriors, and one by the Clippers over the Grizzlies. How in the hell was that number 4? That feels like that felt like the greatest comeback of all time last night.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of
don't
those
know.
3. Do anybody remember those 3?
I'm pulling this one up.
Clippers Grizzlies, I think I remember.
The Nets were
I
up.
think the Clippers won.
Nets were up 14 with
99,
3:45.
This
to go.
graphic we're looking at, so the excitement index is 14.2. Last night's was 9.8. If last night's was a 9.8 on a scale of whatever this goes to,
I'm sorry, there's just no way.
there's just no way.
The Bulls Nets game.
It couldn't have been. Also,
was
the Bulls won by 8.
you're telling me it was 4.4 excitement points higher? There's no way. How was Clippers Memphis have a low excitement score? It's the third most improbable. I don't like any of this.
Look at the tension score. What is
this? What is
this?
this?
What
am I looking at?
What the fuck are we looking at?
What the
What's
fuck
the
is
comeback rating there? The comeback rating
fuck is this?
1999?
Bulls Nets went to 3 overtimes.
I believe that's called the Abella Danger comeback rating, by the way.
Is that I assume that's a porn.
You know.
porn?
It is, yeah.
I think she. That's
Connor
porn.
You playing coy over there?
Is that what is she in? Like some sort of acting?
It's Bella Danger is either a porn star
or a cartoon
a
character.
cartoon.
Pull that up, Cody.
No,
Pull up Abella
cartoon.
Danger.
Is Bella Danger on Star Wars, Connor?
No.
Bella Danger's
She's been to the office.
really?
Not this office.
No, New York. Okay, so you do know who it is.
Yeah, I know who it is. I was there when she was there.
Yeah.
I did have to ask who she was when she was there. I didn't know who she was when she was there.
Very famous.
That's
Okay, I think the
relatively speaking.
I think the
Very,
reason the
very
Nets
famous.
Bulls was improbable
Connor,
because
stop raising your eyebrows.
right.
Say it.
She's
Did you get eyebrows just for the Bourne conversation?
she's famous.
they closed the game on a 14-0 run, and I think the excitement rating was higher because it went to 3 overtimes, and it was never outside of like 4 to 2 points in overtime.
Oh, but
Did
they won by
have
8.
did it have Tyrese Halliburton doing the choke sign and Timothy Chalamet trying to tee him up? And
What? I don't remember the choke sign. What did the choke sign?
what do you think about that, Cody?
That's the one.
That's going on
Stick
the
his tongue
thumbnail.
out.
Should we do Thursday?
Okay, well,
Hold up, time out.
Cody, is there anything? Yeah,
Time out.
Keep us on task here, Cody.
Just making sure.
You calling the shots here?
Damn, that's cold.
Come on now.
I have a guest joining us in a second, so can
Can what?
Jersey wait?
Okay, well, guys, listen. You guys tell us what to do now. Me and Mark are just sitting behind the desk. Don't worry about us. Evo, take it over.
Well, we have a guest coming in with a very important delivery.
Good. But they're not ready yet.
Yeah, I guess they're not ready yet.
So
you can do Jersey.
that was kind of pointless.
Yeah,
'Cause
I thought they
it's
were
Jersey.
ready.
Also, if they walked in and we were doing Jersey, that doesn't break the show.
It does.
It might.
It might.
Jersey.
All right.
Nice to see some people in the room are classy,
Mm-hmm.
and nice to see some people in the room can give nods of appreciation and show up.
It's a maturity thing, I think. really.
Honoring people. Yeah, I
that's
think
what
it.
it
I
is.
think.
I think
Okay, I
that's
guess
what
we'll
it is.
I'll just.
Oh,
Thank you.
Look what I got delivered.
thank you, Catherine.
Yes.
Catherine, right?
Thanks, Catherine.
That's what you
Catherine.
said. Yeah. Catherine. Yes, Catherine.
Catherine.
We got the McDonald's.
We got the McCrispy strips.
Yeah. Here.
We got the McCrispy strips. Let me. This episode of Mostly Sports is brought to you by McDonald's. All new McCrispy strips. New McCrispy strips are here. It's chicken made for dipping. Tender,
Strip me, bro.
juicy white meat chicken with a golden brown peppery breading. And it's chicken so good it deserves its own sauce. The creamy chili McCrispy strip dip. That is bad breaking the copy there. The creamy chili McCrispy strip dip. A sauce that's creamy, savory, and sweet with a little heat. But it works with any of their sauces. They are so good. They're terrific chicken tenders. I'm going to open up right there. They're just chicken tenders you'd get at home.
I'm going to say this.
Beautiful sauce right here. So,
Since McDonald's has come on as a sponsor and we've been eating these, I can't do any other chicken.
I agree.
I can't.
It is so
I'm
good.
out. Yeah.
Get the new McCrispy strips with the
I
new
know it.
creamy chili McCrispy strip dip. It's chicken made for dipping only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, I was at a bar the other day and the wife ordered chicken tenders. I took one bite and I spit it out. I was like, "This isn't amazing."
Yeah.
I thought you were doing a joke, a comedy bit there.
No, I'm not.
I was at the bar the other day.
I'm doing a real life storytelling of a very good story.
It was a damn good story. You're telling me
Brawling story.
You're telling me you were at a bar
Uh-huh.
and your wife was going to get chicken
You got chicken.
and you're like,
And I spit it out. I said, "You give me a McCrispy strip or you give me nothing."
Cody, do a stand-up joke real quick. Go.
Nah.
Okay.
Do Thursday.
Jersey. We have
You were saying that some people in the room are mature and classy and
Right.
understand.
I have a sense for the moment.
Yeah.
And they're able to give nods and respect to people that have gone on before us. Jim Irsay passed away yesterday, 65 years old, owner of the Colts. one of the more colorful owners in NFL, I would say.
I don't know if he was. I don't know enough to know if he was a good owner in terms of how he runs the operation.
Yeah.
I think as a person watching the National Football League, he was a good owner because of what you just said. He was colorful.
Colorful.
That's what you want out of owners.
He was interesting.
You want him to be interesting.
Yeah.
Be in the mix a little bit.
He was
Just
also-
don't be evil.
He was
As long as
also
you got that. You're fun.
on my favorite episode, I think the best episode of Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah.
He was on the two parties episode, which is the number one, my favorite episode of Parks and Rec, and he was on there. He was good. I think he was on there multiple times.
Was
actually.
Detlef Shrimp on that one?
Detlef Shrimp
I would
was
say
not, but Roy Hibbert was.
Roy Hibbert was.
Detlef Shrimp wasn't with him on that one.
Entertainment 420.
No,
He was just Roy Hibbert was just like
it was in the steakhouse in what do they call the steakhouse?
Roy Hibbert was on multiple episodes.
He was. But
Okay, all right.
Roy Hibbert showed up at the steakhouse and he's like,
St.
I'm paying for these guys' meals. Is that what they call it in the show? That's what it is, right?
St. Elmo's, yeah.
But
that's the steakhouse in India.
I thought they called it something else on the show. Do they call it St. Elmo's Steakhouse?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember.
And I don't hear any typing, so I guess
Yeah,
we'll never
I guess we will never know at all. Don't see any eyes darting around.
Nope.
But yeah, they were in the steakhouse, and Roy Hibbert sees the guys. He's like, yeah, I'm going to pay for that, but not him, Tom Haverford. He owes me a lot of money. Anyway, Colts, and this is you think of the Indianapolis Colts. Which players do you think of?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I think of Rodrigo Blankenship.
Well, you're in luck
Oh,
because there's a Rodrigo Blankenship.
and if it's not Rodrigo Blankenship,
It has to be.
it has to be Joseph Adai.
Yeah. Yeah, and there it is. Joseph Adai. Joseph Adai. Did Chris Berman have a good nickname for Joseph Adai? It seems like he would have, but I don't know what it was.
Joseph
Adai.
Adai.
Okay, let's rumbling, bumbling.
I'm trying to think.
He hands the ball, Joseph Adai.
And he says,
bye-bye.
I'm Joe Adai.
I don't think his references were never from the
Pearl
90s.
Jam, yeah.
His references were always from the 60s, so it would have had to be something, I don't know.
And he's rumbling, and he's stumbling, and he says, whoa, I'm Joe Adai.
That's pretty good. I wish it had been. Yes, Connor, you have an answer?
Looks like Joseph Live and Let a Die.
Levin let a
Let a
die.
die.
That's okay.
That works.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's-
fine. It's a little disappointing.
It's replacement level for
Yeah, that's not his best.
Berman. It's not as
But they can't all be.
Right,
They
though,
can't
yeah.
all be Bert be home by 11. So
Mm-hmm.
they got to be whatever. Connor,
Like come and me want to Del home. Right? Wasn't that one?
it was
making that up.
it was one, but something in my ears didn't pick that up until
Oh.
you said come.
Oh.
And it was funny. That was all. Connor, you're the first guy that went against type in here and just doesn't honor the.
What did you
oh.
hate most about Jim Irsay?
Yeah.
I didn't hate Jim Irsay. I don't have any Colts.
Well,
I
now
don't have
listen.
anything.
I understand Connor because Connor obviously had a plan and he went against type and he wore something he never wears. He wore a Phillies jersey. So
Right.
Is a
wow.
brand new Phillies jersey that was sent in for opening day, and the Phillies have won 6 straight. They're first place in the NL, second best record in baseball.
I think
and
winning 6 straight is more important than dying.
I had a Phillies jersey that I wanted to wear. I don't have any Colts gear, but shout out to the Phils. They're playing great ball.
What was the Roy Halladay controversy you had on Jersey Day?
No, it wasn't.
was
No, it wasn't
no,
Thursday.
no,
it was
it was
what
for
was
the
it?
playoffs.
bringing the energy, bringing the Roy Halladay.
Oh yeah,
energy.
bring in the Roy Halladay.
Yeah.
jersey.
He's
That was
one of the
funny.
best pitchers
That was so
to
fun.
ever wear a Phillies uniform,
And
and we
he's
needed
dead.
good pitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you wanted to bring his energy. Well, you didn't say let's bring his pitching. You said let's bring his
Let's bring
energy.
his energy. Yeah, I remember that now.
Okay. Well, anyway, buzz cut Bryce Harper. Be on the lookout for him. Ever since he got a buzz cut, he's on fire.
But is he handsome?
I think he's.
I don't think he looks great.
I think he's.
You don't think the buzz cut looks good?
No, not really.
I think
Cody
he's
pulled up.
righteously handsome.
I think he's supposed to have the tall hair. I think he's supposed to have tall hair.
It did look good on him. The
Yeah.
Buzz
hair
cut
going
Bryce
crazy and the beard going crazy, the eye black.
So in a couple of weeks when Cody pulls it up, we'll revisit this and we'll see buzz cut Bryce Harper.
There it is.
I just, oh boy,
Oh,
my
my God!
Blutman barge.
No.
Oh my God!
it's not.
Time on time.
Is it?
Time, baby.
Oh my God.
Did you?
I didn't know. I didn't know.
We never know.
Are Blutman barges transferable?
It's just a Blutman barge. It's
I
not a
guess
Liam
that's true.
Blutman barge.
I guess that's true.
Not
Oh, my
specific
God.
At all. How you doing, TJ?
Hey, how are you?
Mark
Wow.
Blutman in the building.
Good to see you guys.
Mark Blutman in the motherfucking building.
Pause.
This is
Yes.
awesome.
He is a potential opposition of Mark Titus, correct?
Yeah, you're fraternizing with the enemy.
So let's talk about it. So I'm worried for Mr. Bing Bong / Jerry JOC. We have coffee every morning.
See, I don't know what.
Every morning.
Isn't that crazy? That's
Every
crazy.
morning.
Cody,
Mark, could you
just
put
do it,
the
just do
mic
it,
in?
just do it.
Every morning in Calabasas, California. Stone's throw away from where Lil Wayne lives, but that's not important. I'm not going to name drop on this show. And he's a different man right now. Jerry is a different man. Mm-hmm. He's not well. And I don't think he had any idea who Mark Titus is
He
as
didn't-
far as
He didn't know what he was up
personality,
against.
brains, and
Yeah.
then the backup,
Yeah.
couch, the sticks, and of course Mr. Walker. The supermodel's not going to be enough to get him through.
He
this.
climbed Mount Hank and he thought he'd done something.
Yeah.
He didn't realize that was just the foothills.
Right.
There's another mountain to climb.
Yeah.
I texted
Yeah.
him this morning and I said,
I can't tell if he's being for real.
No, this is for real.
Okay.
Have they
For
ever
real.
met? Have they?
Have that,
or
do
are
you
they
really have
best friends?
coffee a lot? Or?
FaceTime
Yeah,
right
every
now.
morning. I swear, we could FaceTime him. But I did text him this morning. I said, I'm going to do a family barge. It's been entitled to my family for generations.
Yeah,
On mostly, are you going to be on? Maybe we'll coordinate it. And what's the emoji when you're afraid?
Ooh.
Oh.
Where your
Ooh,
little
that's
blue
the-
on top?
Oh no, he sent me an eggplant. Is that not afraid? Is that not afraid?
No, I don't think that's afraid.
might
That's
mean-
actually a different
That might mean
emotion
something.
Well, he's afraid, and he just went, not today.
I think he might have
Not
meant that
today.
for the
For
wife.
supermodel wife, probably.
He does have a, and here's the thing, and Titus, you know this, being a L.A. resident
God, yeah,
for so
yeah,
many years.
right. Hollywood elite.
Yes, now he's got the supermodel, but it's L.A., baby. He is one freshly painted eyebrow young stud away from losing that supermodel.
Oh, don't let Connor Griffin get around the
Well, there's-
supermodel.
No, but there's a lot of Connors, there's a lot of guys like Connor, like Ebo, not so much like Cody, but there's a lot of
Connor,
and he's very insecure right now.
it needs to be asked. If you had the opportunity to break up Jerry O'Connell's marriage, would you do it?
It's the question that we've all been thinking about.
for the sake of the Pacers beating the Knicks?
No, just you. Just
For the sake of you.
Yeah, for selfish
Yeah,
reasons.
Right.
thinking about
Yeah, you know.
you.
Yeah. You're probably right. Yeah. I was gonna take the noble road and say, yeah, I would do it for the Pacers, but yeah, I'd probably just do it. For
I'd just
myself.
probably do it for.
Yeah, just for the fun.
He's not well right now, Mark.
I know. I feel bad
And
for him. He's a
last
nice
night
guy,
was
but
not the way to start.
that's not the way. I mean, that was an all-time choke job. You
And-
saw it.
and-
Did you see Tyrese Halliburton go like this?
Is the camera on you?
All right, now you do it.
But you've gotta
Cody's 0 for 4.
you've gotta meme that. You've gotta make that you and send it to Jerry.
Yeah, I don't know. Yesterday, Mr. Bing Bong has thrown me for a loop because yesterday he was very complimentary of the Pacers, and I also think, Mark, the job's not finished. If this was Game 5 or 6, I think I'd be a little more excited. But I'm worried about. I don't want so many screenshots of me going like.
No,
I don't want that to come back
that's fair.
to haunt me, by Game 4 or 5. So
That's fair.
we're taking it slow. We're taking
but
it slow.
I will say he is shook. He absolutely is shook, and every right to be. I mean, last night, like I said, like we all saw, even Liam watched the end of it,
Yeah.
which is pretty amazing.
You got Liam to watch the association.
He hates
Little
the
bit.
association.
Hates the association. What happened in the hockey game? Because I was so locked in on the
So
on the serves.
the Oilers were kind of in control for a little bit, and then it was nip and tuck, and it looked like a classic. It's going to be the same as the basketball game, and the Stars just took off. Stars
Three power play goals in the space of 5.5.
Yeah, they just kind of dominated them there in the end, and I think they won 6-3, but it was a lot closer game than that.
It was close.
Going
It
into the third
was-
period. I think the Stars were down, but you wouldn't know it by the prep sheet.
They were, and then so here's the thing. My take, and I think Liam disagrees, is I think the longer, the further you go in the playoffs, the more if you have mid goaltending, it will eventually do you in.
Is this Canadian Mark Blutman talking now?
This is a former goaltender, Mark Blutman, talking now.
Okay.
I just think Edmonton's goaltending is mid. Vegas made Skinner look good, back-to-back shutouts, but I don't think they're Skinner and Pickard are enough to stand on their heads and win the series. I think it's Dallas. Pete DeBoer's a hell of a coach.
Hell of a coach.
You can't. The dumb question. You can't have a mid goaltender and win the Stanley Cup. What if you're strong at everything else? Can you have Can you just have like?
I don't have the reference point to point.
Is it like having a you can have a bad quarter? You can't have a bad quarterback and win the Super Bowl, surely.
Well, there's been.
But there have been some that are like he's not the best.
Some average quarterbacks.
Some average quarterbacks.
Dilford and he.
Yeah.
But here's. I hate to say it because it's my squad, Vegas Golden Knights, but the year we won the Cup was with Aiden Hill, and he got hot. But he's not a guy like Bobrovsky who's going to do it day in, day out.
Bobrovsky's a fucking monster.
This guy,
Big
once
Dick Bob
he locks
is
in.
Unreal.
So, Ottinger for Dallas and then Bobrovsky, they're the two best goaltenders left, right? So we think that's where we're headed? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And Brandon, wrestling. Can I ask you a wrestling thing?
Buddy.
We talked, yeah.
You can ask me anything you'd like right now. This is just me and you talking.
So you took possession of the belt, I want to say, a little after Christmas because such a gorgeous belt that was so expensive took some time to make.
Yeah.
So you've had it about 4 months.
Right.
And so I don't tune in every day. I do watch a lot, and you guys are crushing it.
Sure.
You should get an Emmy now that web programming is
that's right. We didn't even
eligible.
talk about that.
Yeah, fucking Nick Saban.
But here's my thing. Since I don't follow so closely, how many title defenses have you had in the 4 months?
Well,
great question.
So
Mark.
here's where we suffer as a show.
And I believe you get the next shot, right?
Yeah, supposedly, yeah.
Right. So, okay, where are we?
So here's where we suffer as a show. We don't have, in WWE and other wrestling organizations, you have wrestlers wrestling for titles. You have Royal Rumbles. You have title shots.
Money
you have
in
all
the
these
Banks,
things,
you
and they're all
have
wrestling
Hell in
and
a
they're
Cell,
wrestling.
yeah.
But what do these things have to tie it together? They have a commissioner or an on-screen authority figure that comes in and says, You, Cody Rhodes, you got to defend on this night in this city against this wrestler, and we don't have that.
So
we're
all
just
you
wrestlers walking around and
No direction.
with no direction. We don't have. You just dropped this belt on us and said, "Here, guys," and we have no direction whatsoever. We need a commissioner.
And Brandon got it, and he doesn't want to give it up, so he's totally fine not having a title defense.
But
we need a leader.
You need someone. I think I understand because I get you. I'm in your head space. You need someone to come in who's tied to the belt and say, hey, Connor, you have 10 days to challenge him for that belt or you lose the rights of a championship match. Is that what you guys need?
That's what we need.
10 days?
That's what we need.
You have 10 days starting today, Connor.
Well, there we go.
Starting 11 days ago.
Mark, I only fucking need 9.
Wow.
9 days.
Why would you need 9?
Stand up.
9 days.
You could've
Stand
said
up
like
and
3.
puff that chest.
You know what? I only need 8.
Wow.
Wow. I'm not going to be.
I can do it in 7.
Oh, whoa.
I can do it in 7.
Wow.
Mark, I could do that in 5 days.
No.
I can do it.
No. I'll do it.
I can't do 5.
I'll do 4.5.
Hold on. Jerry O'Connell just texted he could do it in 23 days. Does that help at all?
I will challenge Brandon, and yes, I will come up.
Can I take a timeout? Can I get a quick timeout?
Hold on.
I won't talk to you.
Can I time out?
I need to talk to you.
Timeout?
I need to talk to you.
I want to time out within your timeout because I think I
guess we both get to go to our bench.
Are you using your timeout to challenge?
I think I might have something.
Okay.
I
know what? I'm not going to call a timeout. I'm not going to
Connor's
call
the
it.
challenger.
Yeah.
Brandon, you're the belt holder. We have to think of a way for you guys to go up against each other for the belt. For you guys to have a one-on-one situation.
Sure.
Maybe like a one-on-one situation that's like on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything we could point to that like maybe the title match already happened?
Well, Connor can't beat me at anything.
Is it
Didn't
a
you
breakfast item? A breakfast item if we go back in time?
Connor, I was trying to to tee you up, and you just don't remember that you beat Brandon
Basketball.
one.
Fucking stupid.
Oh, well, that is basketball.
That was also another show.
You want to literally wrestle him?
I would.
I also
how
did.
are we gonna-
I stole the belt. I stole the belt.
How
at
are
your
we going
funeral.
to? How else are we going to determine?
That's I was going to think of another form of competition.
Not the horses.
Oh, okay.
Not the horses. No,
Sorry,
we already
one-on-one
did the
basketball.
Don't besmirch
But
the horses.
basketball.
One-on-one basketball is too convoluted. You'll think of
No. If we were to do it,
How would we know who wins?
that was a Roan.com type of thing.
Yeah.
I would want to do a mostly sports thing.
Okay.
But we could do basketball. I could beat him again.
Basketball's been done, been played. Here's the deal. Again, I'm tied to the belt, right? No, you needed someone to come
You don't have
in.
the ball. You don't have the ball right now. You have to have
needed
the ball
someone
to call
come in
timeout.
and do this.
Yeah.
You, champion, belong to a country club.
Oh.
Have you ever held a golf club?
I've held a golf club. I've never played a round of golf.
He will give you a proper amount of strokes, 18 holes for the belt.
Pause.
I like that.
How many strokes do you want me to give you, Connor?
I'll take as many.
I bet you will.
As many as I could get.
Mark,
I bet you will.
How many strokes do you think I should give Connor?
You should give, I think, 1 stroke a hole.
By the way, you see
I'd
what?
give him a stroke a hole. Every hole you can have a
Every
stroke.
hole you,
Every hole you got.
every hole you come across.
Oh, boy.
Anything more is you'll probably get a
That's
little
crazy.
tired.
Yeah.
Mark, the disrespect for the belt too. As you walk in, Brandon had to go searching for that
Oh.
belt. He had no idea where. That
I went
was.
right to it.
We were talking about Tyrese Halliburton. We're talking about the belt. Cody, pull up the picture from the Royal Rumble of Brandon with Tyrese Halliburton in the belt.
Oh, I didn't take a picture with Tyrese Halliburton.
Remind everybody.
You're joking. I really think the Pacers season turned around when I saw him at the Royal Rumble.
When you bumped him at the Rumble.
Cody's looking for a picture that
You
doesn't
can't find it?
exist.
I sat right behind. Yeah, Cody, you find that.
Okay, I'll grant your timeout.
All right, here's my timeout. Even though we're already down 15 at this point. What are the chances Jerry O'Connell is in that phone? It's not 100. It's not 0. It's like 60.
Want to put the belt on the line?
You can't take the belt back just because you
All right,
regret spending that much money.
Hold on. Is this the champion? If he can get Jerry O'Connell on the phone right now, then you are giving up the belt. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. I didn't say that. I'm in a timeout. You can't do this.
It's a long ass timeout.
What are we doing with the belt?
I don't know. He
You
just
have to play Connor in something. You
Mark,
have to have
can we,
something. There has
let's
to be
talk
something.
again. The motherfucker just dropped the belt in one day and said, "Here's a belt," and now all of a sudden
And then Brandon said, "I'll take that," and then
Well,
he sent it to me. Didn't you? It was an envelope to me.
it was.
Envelope.
I think it was the most.
It was in a little envelope. It was weird. It was in an envelope this big, and I opened it and it said, "Hey Brandon, XOXO, here's a belt."
it has all our names on it though.
All
does.
the names are on the belt.
It does literally have all of our
even
names
Cody,
on it.
Cody, you're
Even
on the
Cody's
belt.
And when we got the belt, we were like, "Oh my god, this is going to be awesome! We can create all these storylines.
Right.
We could do all these extra streams and events and everything like that."
Yeah.
And since then, it's just been
We have
Brandon
goddamn thing.
putting
Do
the belt
something right
on the
now.
ground.
Do something right now.
I'll rap battle you right now.
He can't set the terms. He's not the champ.
All right. Well, we're back to being directionless.
Also, the irony with the whole Mr. Bing Bong and our coffee and our history. Yes, go ahead, Brandon.
It just hit me. Since you're not going to step up and be the commissioner, I'd like to say something. See this belt right here?
Mm-hmm.
It is beautiful.
It is a great belt. It is correct that I took ownership of it when I got here, and I never actually won the belt. So what I'm proposing is every man for himself. The belt is vacated.
Mm-hmm.
Every man for himself. We have an every man for himself competition. The winner walks away with the first ever Mostly Sports Championship. And let's really set this thing into motion.
Okay.
Because I was just handed it. I took it.
We did spin the horses if
Yeah.
memory serves, and you won it that way. But
You know that I don't remember. Goddamn.
yeah, we did spin the horses. But
Brandon,
I'll let you. Yeah, if you want to vacate it, because it has been a while. We gotta make something.
We got to get the belt in,
We gotta
in
get
rotation
something,
here.
We gotta get something going.
how did I win the #1 contender for it?
The Rumble, right?
Okay, there we go. Good.
Also, we need more power for the belt. If you have the belt, you should get more
Yeah.
something. You know,
Maybe like
something in the show.
We'll figure out the belt.
We'll figure
Shit.
it out.
What you got over there? I noticed I haven't heard Jerry O'Connell's voice.
He's
down.
not responded yet, but he did say he would not be on this morning. But so
He's down
our
bad.
history
He's-
goes back 25 years. The first pilot that I ever had produced was a claymation series called Hormone High. And it was a bunch of kids in high school, claymation figures. It was done with my partner was Eric Fogel, who created Celebrity Deathmatch. The lead character was a young teenager named Clayton, voiced by Jerry O'Connell.
No shit.
I'll be goddamn. I will just be goddamned.
So,
In fact, here, Cody,
Yes.
text that picture to yourself and then show.
Oh God.
Mark, voice acting.
Mark, do you realize what the assignment you just gave him? There's no telling what's about to happen.
Especially considering what's
Yeah.
on my phone.
Can you DM it to TJ? See if that works.
Do you think anybody in this room has a future as a voice actor?
Connor.
Yeah, we've been trying to launch his career, and
Yeah.
he just won't.
I would love to do that.
We've been pushing the baby bird out of the nest, and he just will not flap his
You
wings.
give me this baby bird 4 weeks in California.
Yeah,
You'll never
I-
see him again.
You can have him. Take him.
All right.
Take him.
Yeah.
And the belt.
When you need him? When we'll send him out there.
The eyebrows already paid off.
Well, you wouldn't see my eyebrows. It would
He
be
just
voice
gave him a
acting.
golden ticket to Hollywood.
Yeah, you said your career is going to take off.
But maybe
You're going to
You just
Hollywood.
broke through. You're in.
Yeah, but I want to be a voice actor. If
Paul Abdul
it
just
doesn't
said
matter about
yes,
the eyebrows.
dude.
Yeah, I suppose.
You want-
I would love to do voice acting. That's always been something I've been interested in.
Do a villain.
There's.
I could.
Let me see. With
a
those.
Bella
Yeah,
Danger.
give him a
eyebrows
give him a
and hair.
tryout right
All right,
now.
the
Watch
cartoon-
the Star Wars murder mystery.
The cartoon is Abella Danger. She is the protagonist, and you are the villain, and you're having a confrontation with her.
Right.
Give us the voice of the villain.
You've got her cocker spaniel tied up, and she's just gotten to your lair, and she's trying to get to the cock or spaniel. How? Yeah, take it away,
Yeah.
villain.
And this,
Okay. Okay. It's a
Bella-
choice.
all right, that was
That was a long laugh.
I think we can work with that. Flip that.
Yeah, clip that.
Flip
Send
that.
it to
Take it
Hollywood.
back to Hollywood with you, Mark.
Hollywood. I have your cocker spaniel.
Oh my God.
What am I supposed to do with that? Watch the murder mystery. If yeah, there's some villainous stuff in there.
You watched the murder mystery. You're a writer. What'd you think about the writing and the production of the murder mystery?
I think that when you look at this couch, the amount of athletic talent, Ebo, incredible, and the amount of creativity for Star Wars type things,
Thank you.
Very specific.
overwhelming. Overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
No, I do think Connor. Listen, here's the thing. He just wants to do voiceover stuff.
Yeah.
Why? Reality game show. Does the name Ryan Seacrest mean anything to
Anything to
Oh
you?
my God.
It does.
Hollywood Squares, hosted by
about
Connor Griffin.
A reality show where Connor's you're just the Bachelor, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Just like 24 babes around Connor. Mm-hmm. That's just the name of the show. 24 babes around Connor, and they just walk around and go places together.
Rebecca Romaine
You
lookalike
watch Connor
contest.
try to.
I would wilt.
What?
Oh my, Bruin.
you? Another barge.
Did the
Wait.
Blutman dog just barge?
The dog is. Wait a
Bruin
second.
Blutman.
Hey man,
Oh, T-Bob.
Oh,
Jersey.
T-Bob.
Come on, sit down.
We got an active door today.
Sit between the boys on the couch.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
pop a
just
squat.
come
No,
pop-
hey,
I
no, Connor, don't move.
Are
you sure? Sit in the middle.
No, but I have a very important question.
Yes, sir. What you got?
I was here last night in the cave watching ball,
Yeah.
and just before you left,
Yeah.
you were telling somebody that your childhood crush was who?
Topanga.
Really?
Yeah, from Boy Meets World.
He. Do you know who that is?
No, I can't. No,
You know who you're talking to?
No.
You know who you're looking at?
No.
That's Mark Blutman. Mark Blutman was the
One of the executive producer.
He played
writers.
Corey in
Oh, Boy Meets World? No fucking way, dude.
yeah.
So you can't tell right now because I just got all wet in the shower and slicked my hair back.
Thinking
But,
of the show?
I have been chasing Sean's hair my entire life. That old like Leo had it in Titanic. That like kind of this thing. Oh man, so you were executive producer, writer on Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah, and Girl Meets World. So I worked with Danielle on that, and
Danielle Fishel's still beautiful.
she's
turns out,
mother
right?
of two.
Still beautiful.
Mother of
Still
two.
beautiful.
Whatever.
I
of
well,
two.
sir, it is truly an honor to meet you because that is probably a top 5 show for me growing up all time. Like that, Rugrats, I was
Nobody
really into SpongeBob.
asked you for your top
well.
5 shows.
Keep going.
Top 3. We'll go top 3 then.
Oh, okay, well that's not really.
I would like to hear T-Bob's top 5.
Yeah, go ahead with your top 5.
You
know I'm a sucker for top 5.
SpongeBob, Rugrats,
Boy
and
Meets
Boy Meets
World.
World. Those are 3 of the 5.
Yep, 3 of the 5.
Did you ever watch a show that wasn't intended for 8-year-olds?
Well, I mean, Boy Meets World dealt with some heavy issues, especially when they went to college, okay? We had relationships, breaking, shared showers in the dorms. Pretty risque there, dude.
Hey, we went for it.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, dude.
We went for it.
Yeah.
We were really
wearing the sunglasses, holding the dog. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. I'd probably get canceled for that today. I would.
Look at him. He's holding that fucking dog.
It was a different time, man. We didn't give a fuck.
Early interracial
We went for it.
relationships with Sean and Angela.
By the way, that was me. That was all me.
And I loved it, man. And
That was all me.
I think it meant a lot to a lot of people to see that represented on screen in a show like that, man. So yeah, it was fucking. That's great. That's really cool.
I was a Family Matters guy myself.
Love Family Matters. Saved by the Bell.
Everywhere
Saved by the
you
Bell.
look,
Saved by the Bell. We,
Yeah, those Family Matters.
we
Family
got some
Matters.
connections there too. The
A family
wife,
that
or ex-wife
matters.
of the creator, Peter Engel, is Liam's godmother. Liam's my son, the redhead.
Yeah.
So Saved by the Bell, wife.
That
is
seemed to
his
be the other
godmother.
popular answer to the childhood crush thing.
Amber.
Kelly Kapowski.
Kelly Kapowski.
Kelly
yeah.
Kapowski, without a doubt.
I did a pilot with her in the 90s.
What was what was your favorite show that you've ever worked on?
Who went first?
Give him a point. Cody, pull up the stats.
Good
Brandon.
point. That was good. That was good.
Oh,
That was really
It had to
good.
be Boy Meets World only because Boy Meets World to this day is talked
Yeah, it's
about.
massive.
It's a legacy show.
Defined a
and I get,
generation.
fans coming every day. Girl Meets World, we were nominated for like 3 Emmys and stuff, but it wasn't as like Boy Meets World was indelible.
Yeah,
it
timeless.
just- you guys are here sitting on the couch talking about it, years later.
well,
It's
he
like
is.
the classic coming of age thing, dude. You're
Yeah.
starting to think about girls, and they're thinking about girls, and you
Mm-hmm.
watch them grow up. I mean, Feeney. Who doesn't love Mr. Feeney, dude? Shout out.
Shout out, 96 years old.
I know who Mr. Feeney is. I've seen clips. I'm aware of. I'm socially aware of the
Why don't
show.
you just go talk about Cheers? Okay.
I would love. Sure. Would love to talk about Cheers. I'm sure you were inspired by Cheers.
Favorite show I didn't work on.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I'm glad you're here. I want to talk to you, college football guy, about something.
Yeah.
I wore my LSU
Joseph Adai.
Joseph Adai for you. Joseph
Is that
Adai.
Joe Dye?
Joe Adai.
Fucking legend.
Remember Chris Berman on the call, like when he'd call Joseph Adai highlights? And
I actually
Joe,
don't. What do you-
Joe Adai, he's rumbling, bumbling at the 30, at the 20, and he says, "Oh, I'm Joe Adai." You remember that?
I used to love him on the old NCAA video games back in the day. So what do we got? What's the college stuff?
So sports Emmys were the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Saban won breakthrough, whatever he was, breakthrough sports personality. I don't know about you as an LSU fan. I know me as a college football fan, and having to deal with Nick Saban for 2 decades and watching and knowing kind of how he succeeded at the sport. Watching ESPN and all other and sports media people go goo-goo eyes over Nick Saban pisses me the fuck off. I don't think this guy is all that entertaining. I don't think he's he's got some charisma to him. He obviously knows college football, but the first thing he did after a 2-decade career of building champions based on the fact that he knew how to acquire players better than anybody. He knew how to play the game better than anybody in the world. He played the game better than anybody in the whole world. As soon as he gets to a microphone, he says, "You know what? The game of college football is actually kind of messed up."
I know. Totally.
Yeah, that's the first thing he fucking did was kind of say, "Well, this paying players, man, this is out of control, guys." How the fuck do you think those Alabama teams were built? Anyway, I think he's full of shit. I think he's an asshole, and I'm tired of people going goo-goo-eyed over him. What do you think?
So I think there's a few different topics at play.
Did you play for him, by the way? I was just thinking about that. You didn't, right?
No. He was after me. He was at Miami. I was all Les Miles, all 5 years.
Okay.
No, I think a few different things at play. From an entertainment standpoint, objectively, he's not that good. But it's like you're seeing something that you've never seen before because he's always been this taciturn asshole.
Yeah.
So he gets graded on a curve. So if he shows like a shred of humanity, it feels like mega personality from somebody else because he's kept it under wraps for so long.
Like a robot coming to life.
Like all he had to do was laugh at Pat McAfee, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Holy
Yeah.
fuck, dude! Look at him!
Yeah.
He's having
Pat
fun
McAfee
out
jumps
there.
on the table. Saban just smiles at it.
Yeah, he's having
They're
fun.
like,
out
oh
there.
my god.
Saban's just like us.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at him; he's human. So,
Yeah.
so entertainment wise, I'm with you. Objecting on the best, but also like, is my brain broken? Because when I saw him laugh at McAfee, I was like, "Oh, look at him! Oh my god, he's got his shirt off."
It's so cool to
smiling,
see him
dude.
through a different lens.
Now,
To see
what I
Saban
do
this
feel
way.
passionately about, and you're so fucking right, is this whole idea of him saying it's time to get back to like an even playing field, like fucking Bowling Green in Alabama, where and let's not even say paying players.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go there, we don't have to go there.
Yeah.
You're telling me Alabama and Bowling Green were investing an even amount into their fucking football program? Fuck that, dude. He wants to go back when the deck was stacked towards him. And the other thing is,
He was never interested in an even playing field when he was coaching. You're exactly right. Go ahead.
if he wants an even playing field, then how about this? SEC and Big Ten? Then fucking give the Big 12 and the ACC the same payout.
Yeah.
Because right now they're getting double the amount of money in the TV revenue. In the new college football playoff format in 26, they'll get double the amount of revenue there. You can't fucking piss on me and tell me it's raining.
Yeah.
This
It
is
was never
good,
an even
man.
playing field.
I like this.
That's exactly. You said it better than I said it. He as soon as he got to a mic, he said the playing field is not level in college football.
It's insane.
And for 2 decades, he fucking
And that's without the
Guys.
pay. You don't even have to do the paying players thing.
yeah.
If you don't want to.
No, you don't.
have
You don't.
fuck
You
it.
just
Like,
say even playing field. You're right.
Them had hundreds of millions of dollars invested in their
Can we
program.
just
What are you doing?
can we just cut to the you guys doing a show together?
Just feel a little nice, talk a little college football.
You know, feels a little natural.
You guys gonna do a show together or what? You guys gonna do a show together or what?
If Mississippi State
You know what?
wins an SEC game.
I'll ask it in a higher pitch.
Actually,
voice.
no, I don't want to say that because they'll never have a chance.
I'm wearing a Wisconsin Brats jersey, by the way.
I forgot about Jersey.
We never finished.
And I wore my favorite Padres hat to match
Why would
Good.
that match?
You're the brats.
because it's kind of the same color scheme, green and brown.
T-Bob, you're wearing
This is a old LSU
L for
block letter baseball jersey.
okay.
Do you like it or is it too plain?
How does you know, like the in cool kid parlance, hold this L? You know, once you take the L this, L Connor, you know, you'll see the chat sometimes it's saying L Scoof over and over. How does that affect the LSU, you know, like the idea of a block L? Like, do you feel like the wrath of other fan bases that
Dude,
they're like,
you've now stumbled upon one of my arch enemies, and I don't know if this would be easy to find on Twitter, but
Probably not.
probably not. But before the FSU game that opened the season a couple of years ago, when LSU missed the extra point, all that crazy shit. After the game, there was this little fat redhead kid. That's mean. A little chubby redhead kid. And he's on the local news, and he goes, "You can't spell LSU without the L." And he does this.
Oh.
He fucking lives in my brain rent free. This is like 5 years later, and I
T-Bob.
still think about that kid all the time.
T-Bob,
It wasn't Liam.
look to your left.
No, it wasn't.
That fat redhead kid.
No, he grew
all
up.
Connor
grew
Griffin.
up.
It was Connor Griffin the whole time.
There he is, sitting right beside you.
Strawberry blonde.
Yeah, this kid was here. Oh man, but he lived. No, so that's the only time
Yeah.
where I feel like we've been hoisted on the El Petard.
On the sports Emmys, real
Careful.
quick. I didn't watch. Maybe they did something. I don't know, but it would have been a good opportunity. Sports Emmys, lifetime achievement to Corso. Maybe honor him. Something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they
good
didn't
point.
even acknowledge
They
him.
dropped the
Absolutely
ball
should
there.
have. I don't know if they did it. They
Yeah.
should have.
guy?
Yes, that kid. Maybe he's not even redhead. This kid.
Dude, honestly,
fuck this kid.
If you told me that was Connor,
Forever,
kid, I
dude.
believe
That's
that.
not Connor.
That could be
Doesn't
Connor.
have eyebrows.
Could be Connor.
Mark Blutman, quickly, you want to go through jersey you're wearing?
Yeah. Supporting one of the great Super Bowl winning coaches of all time, John Gruden.
Yeah. So what we do on Jersey Day is not support people with our hoodies. We wear their jerseys. And you knew you were going to be here on Thursday.
I thought it was Friday.
It does feel like
Oh.
Friday.
It
So,
does. Because,
How do you argue against that?
I don't
honestly,
know.
I'm traveling with him is not easy. I have to give him a pill. Jerry O'Connell, who is in my phone, has me.
Name drop him a few more times,
Well,
Mark.
because you
Jerry
keep
O'Connell,
saying,
who is
Bing
my
bong.
God, it was so funny.
Let me see if he answered.
Cody, what jersey are you wearing?
Wow.
I got the Buffalo Bandits jersey on.
All right.
Let's go Bandits, baby.
I guess we have an update on that, right?
Yeah, we do have an update.
Cody, you
What's the update?
you say it.
What's the update on it? I'm going.
You
to
fucking me?
I'm going to the game. The boys got me a ticket. I'm very thankful and I'm excited to go.
Why would that not have been the update? Why? What did you think the update could have been other than that?
I don't know.
We spent $800 yesterday on a plane ticket.
Confirmed. Got the ticket.
Yeah, confirmed.
You're going.
I'm going to the game.
Go Bandits.
Yeah, go Bandits!
And reminder, he has to hijack a player, not the plane, a player away from the.
Mark.
Careful.
Sign?
You might have to take the sign, Cody.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
What about the belt?
You might have to take the sign.
I'll take the sign.
In my experience, the belt can't get into stadiums.
How would you fly with the
So,
sign?
How would you fly with the sign?
Did that sign? Oh, I guess you.
I got it to Harrisonburg.
How?
We got you on a private jet, and then you got to Harrisonburg and left it.
I handed it to a college student who was in the front row. I watched it go to the front row. They never held it up. They're dead to me.
Cody, anything else? Yeah.
No.
Any other phrase, maybe?
Thank you. Family.
Any other update or?
For what?
All right.
Can we do sport clips?
Oh, did you have any today? What?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You got it.
Well, here's the thing, T-Bob.
Yeah, what's going on?
Sport Clips isn't just where you get a haircut. It's your playbook for looking fresh.
Oh, shit.
You can walk in, catch the game, sit back, while the pros in men's hair handle the rest. That's okay, Mark. Just let your dog walk anywhere. And when you're done, walk out feeling like you're ready to take on anything. No hassle, no surprises, just a solid cut every time. It's simple, it's easy, and it's made for guys who want to feel like they've got the home field advantage. If you want to track your real-time wait times, download the app and check in online. Sport Clips, the haircut experience, dialed in for guys. It's a game changer. Sport Clips, the game changer.
Cody, anything
Throw another
else?
S in there.
One more thing.
Anything else from?
That dog looks ready for TV. That dog is like looks.
Stuck in the mic.
All right, sorry. Continue,
Is there anything else, or is that it?
Cody.
I think that's it.
But if there were anything else,
Right. Really think
Maybe.
if there's anything else.
like maybe some other update.
No. What am I missing here?
I don't know.
T-Bob.
But you are going to the game.
I'm going to the game thanks to Mark and Brandon. I'm very grateful.
Anything
Is there
else?
anything I need to do while I'm there?
More Mark than Brandon.
Was there any controversy with the ticket or anything, or is it like went off without a hit?
Oh. Yeah, I got the ticket. Flying first class.
No!
Wow.
Wait, how'd that happen?
Wow.
Fuck! I didn't mean that,
Let's
Cody. You weren't
go!
supposed to say that.
Wow.
That's not what I meant.
Okay, well,
I guess it's out there though.
That's how you bring
He
the sign.
said it. I mean, this is a live
Fuck.
stream, so
I was wondering how I get into $800.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
we're here now.
treat our guys well.
We're just not going to talk about the other big update yesterday.
Is
The new bras with piercings in them.
Oh, I saw those.
What?
A little bit of
Kardashian?
stolen
You didn't see
valor.
the Kardashian
Is it
bra?
Kardashian?
No.
There's a Kardashian bra with fake piercings.
Which,
You can.
It's on the prep sheet.
Can I show this?
Yes, you.
yeah,
it's a bra.
It's a bra.
All right.
At first, though,
Whoa.
I know.
So
I mean, I actually love seeing a pierced nipple through a shirt. I'm going to be honest. So, like, granted, I'm not going to be hooking up with any women because I'm happily married. So, like, I'm here for it because then I'm just going to imagine that all these women are walking around with pierced nipples.
I'm going to go ahead and admit something to you.
Yeah.
I'm young. I'm single.
Yep.
I'm out at the bar. Maybe I'm at the beach. I see a shirt with pierced nipples. I mentally check myself out because
Wow.
I can't handle that ride. I already know. I'm intimidated. I'm too intimidated. I'm like that. She's seen more than me, and there's nothing I can do to her.
I am right there with you.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been with my wife since I was like 16.
Yeah.
But the only women that have ever showed me their boobs, probably like 75% of them have had pierced nipples.
Well, I mean, the amount of women that want to freely show their boobs and pierced nipples, there's a Venn diagram here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. So I love the idea. I
Yeah.
still get
Yeah.
excitement out
You
of the
ever-
idea of thinking
you
that's a
ever-
pierced nipple.
You ever been to the Wynn pool in Vegas?
Yes, I actually
Oh,
randomly
yeah.
went like last
Yeah.
year. And yes, there were a lot. Yeah, the European pool,
Yeah.
as they call it.
Yeah, it was a good pool.
There were some pierced ones.
I watched the entire Celtics Knicks game on two big Pierce TVs. Two big fake Pierce TVs. I set up right by the bar and just
Connor.
kept my eye.
All right, I'm just
Pierced
gonna
eyebrow?
I'm just gonna do it, and I'm not scared of it. Raise your hand in this room if you've been with a pierced nipple.
Oh, well, I can't. I mean, yes, but
What?
I can't raise my hand.
Been with like
A pierced nipple.
like
What the heck?
been
Mark Blutman has he understood the question.
Did y'all ever?
been with like as
Yeah,
in
like you've laid
Like laid with?
you've laid with a pierced
Copulated.
nipple. You've
Laid with?
laid with.
insertion
No. I
Oh,
want
so you've gotten close.
completion.
Complete.
Do
Fucked one. Not the nipple
what?
itself.
Fuck the nipple.
No.
Did you suck on a pierced nipple?
Has
There's one. Who here has sucked on a pierced nipple?
I have not. I wish I had.
Now,
I hate that.
let me ask you
father
this.
of two
Nipple-
boys running around here has his hand. up.
here's
Does it
here's
taste
a
like a
What's your clarification you need?
philosophical question for the room. If the nipple goes across your open mouth,
Right?
Yeah.
was it ever in your mouth?
Yes.
Were you at a strip club?
It was.
Is this a strip club?
Yeah. That's it.
And it's in your mouth, but it's not making contact with your mouth.
This
but
has
then
to
it
be
goes-
a private thing, not in a public place where you've
I'll have
paid
to think
for it.
on it. I'll have to. Think on it.
Yeah, they
I
gotta-
have a lot to think about.
Did you taste
next show.
did-
Yeah, have you ever? Who here's tasted
like
a
you
pierced
said,
nipple?
It's like he said. It's like an old spoon.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
So, Mark, you've smelled one but not tasted one?
I like to believe. Now, again, I need more clarification. I think I was across the line. I think the ball crossed the plane.
Jane
so
Lynch.
you think VAR? All right.
All right, we got to get out of here. No show tomorrow?
No show tomorrow.
That's right. No show tomorrow. Enjoy. No show Monday either. We're off for a little while. We'll see you guys Tuesday. Have a great holiday, everybody. Goodbye.
That's how ball's done.
Oh, fuck, it's 11:38.